Well, first of all, hello. I'm Pepe Rio, as you may have seen from my channel name. Yeah, I know it's a super mixture between Pepe, which is my name, I'm Spanish by the way, and Wario, which is, well, for the map Clash of Clans. First of all, there's going to be a Spanish version of this video, which you should see the link on the screen right now. You may watch it to learn Spanish, or obviously if you don't understand English. So, why am I doing this video? Actually, you may have seen that in all my previous videos I didn't speak at all, and that's why. Um, the thing is, when I'm seeing videos by other people, I tend to get bored. They start saying loads of things which actually don't have any interest to me at all. And there are some good ones, I must say, but I'm just talking in general. So, loads of members from my clan started asking me about, well, why are you doing this way or that? Why are you placing your wizard towers there? They actually asked me about what's the layout of their villages and whether I think it's good or bad. So at some point I decided that just before upgrading to Town Hall 7, I was going to do this kind of video just showing the layout I'm using and why I'm using it. So first of all, I know most of people when they do this kind of videos they just kind of delete everything out and start placing it together. I'm actually going to do it a little differently. I'm going to be removing every different layer, element by element, and just try to explain to you why I'm doing it. So, beginning with the center, I'm actually going to remove all those elements. Just give me a second. I think I've removed, yeah, portable wall, which I didn't want to do. That's it. So, first of all, this is a farming village. So what I want to protect is my resources, and I don't really care about the town hall. Actually, if I want to do some trophy hunt, I can do it pretty fast. And I'm around 1,100, something like that, trophies. And at that point, I can do the raids I've shown you in the channel. So I think it's quite good. So what do I want to defend the most? Actually, the air defense. And you may be wondering why. Because at Town Hall 6 you are going to be receiving loads of raids using healers, and if they can get to your air defense fast or easy, what they're actually going to do is throw you a bunch of giants, get the air defense, then throw you 2 healers to help those giants, and you're done. It depends on the level of the giants, the healers, and so on, but the thing is that that's gonna happen. So air defense is a critical structure at this level, and you want it at the center of your village, just like I'm showing there. What's the second thing you want to defend the most? Well, actually, your storages, both gold and elixir. I know there's a lot of discussion going on about what's more important, gold or elixir, and people tend to say it's gold, at least at higher levels. At this level, I find that they are equally important, so I don't really bother what goes where or anything like that. Actually, I want to swap them, have as much distance between those storages which carry the same kind of resource. Okay, that's it. Now, what are the strongest defensive structures at this level? Actually, wizard towers and mortars. So what you want to do is place them covering your most valuable resources. So there we go. And there it is. So once you've placed them at the middle, what you just do is place your walls around them. And once that's done, you have this new layer, which I'm going to remove and tell you why I'm placing it there. If you allow me to do it, I'm actually going to keep the traps in place. Why? Because I don't really have a particular place where I want to use them. I actually just use the free spaces. So I do not give as much importance to where you place them or not. Actually, many people leave this room here to actually allow your opponents to spawn here, because if you have the huge bomb, it doesn't show to your opponent, so there's actually some spot here where he can spawn his troops, and they hope the giant bomb and the wizard tower, and it's also under the mortar. And I don't really know. Yeah, as soon as it gets a little bit inside, it's also under the range of this mortar. They just want their troops to be crushed. But the thing is, if I'm covering everything with this huge wall, which is really expensive, I don't want him to spawn inside my walls. So that's why I use this a small piece of wall to the inside. So once that's said, how do you play your defenses, which is the most important thing right now? Well, actually, what I would like you to do is get some defense at these two spots. So what we're going to use is a defensive structure and two different mine or elixir collectors. So for instance, I can use the cannon here and elixir collector and also gold mine. If you notice, I'm always mixing up gold mines with elixir collectors, and that's why some people are only trying to get some resource, whether it's elixir or gold. So what you want to do is make it as half of them as possible. I mean, I do it all the time. If I see loads of elixir collectors together, I can just throw a goblin raid and get resource that is important to me at that time. So you don't want to be the victim of that kind of raids, and the way to avoid it is this. So if they go from here, you want them to be taken by defenses. So what you are actually going to do is place defenses just next to those walls, here and here, just like that. So that way, if they go from here, they've got to destroy this initial defense first, and then they are going to be under fire from these two. Also, you can see that the two tower archers have a huge range inside to be able to actually cover your mortar, wizard towers, and storages. So that's the main idea, to have your defensive structures covering each other and also being able to cover these storages. So we're going to do something very similar here. I expect you know that tower archers have a more range than the cannons, so that's why I'm going to place a tower archer tower, here, so that when they are attacking me with archers from here to actually just get the town hall, I want them to be under some kind of fire. I actually have some funny defenses where the archer tower is able to take all the archers they are placing there, and they use healing spells and that kind of stuff, which I just wasted. So the thing, as I said before, we need to place another elixir collector, another gold mine, and we have one defensive structure left. So as you can see, the traps are always next to defensive buildings, so that when they throw a bunch of giants at you and they go for the defenses, they just kind of swallow them up. And we still have the clan castle. Wherever I play the one castle, what I want is that the troops at the clan castle only go after my attackers once they've got the town hall and they're going for my resources. So there's always this doubt of where should I place it, here or here. And I mean, here, as you can see, if they throw a bunch of barbarians, for instance, at my town hall, my clan castle reinforcements are going to go for them, and that's something I don't want them to do. So I may move this here. This arc tower loses its range to cover the cannon, but it's also covered by the mortar and this other arc tower, so it isn't that important. And I move the clan castle here. If you see it, the clan castle now has the range just over the walls. So while they are attacking the town hall, it won't be, well, the troops won't go out really, and they will only attack after the town hall has been taken and they are going for more resources, which is actually the behavior I'm expecting. So this is the place for it. As I said before, traps next to defensive buildings, and you just run up pretty much place what you've got left. So for instance, this goes here, this goes here, here, and here, and that pretty much covers this space in this second layer. So what's left for the outside? Actually, I'm going to swap this elixir collector for this gold mine. That way I don't have those two gold mines together. You always see elixir collector, gold mine, elixir collector, gold mine. So they can go for only one resource. And pretty much the remaining buildings just go around. Always trying to keep them under the range of at least one defensive building. You can see they are covering all of them there, such that if you go under the attack of a huge number of barbarians of that kind of stuff, they are actually stopped before getting to the walls, and while they are already under the range of your defensive buildings. I had one trap left, which is this bomb I placed there, and I'll also have all these flags and stuff which I've just placed because I find them quite distracting when I'm attacking, so I want them to help them at least by distracting my opponents. So I put them here, also some more decorations, my Spanish wall, the Finnish for the creators, and the American one, and that's pretty much my base. So you can see the defense videos to see how it works. I think it was quite nice, and also you can leave me any comment. Also the likes could be nice, and I hope to be able to speak to you at some other video. Thanks very much for seeing it, and bye bye.